Graduates, deans, professors, and honored guests, greetings and welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Faculty of Engineering at Lund University. My name is Axel, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies today. The graduates have made some astonishing accomplishments during their years at LTH, and we are here today to acknowledge these accomplishments. Some of the people that have followed you throughout these years are here today to congratulate you and wish you the best in the future. The first one to congratulate you, though, will be the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, Annika Olsson. Welcome up.
Dear graduates, colleagues, parents, and everyone else listening, today is a big day for me when I get the opportunity to draw attention to your fantastic achievements in completing your education to a bachelor or master of science in engineering, master of architecture or industrial design at LTH, the engineering faculty. I'm sincerely happy and grateful to be able to meet you here in real life in a packed university auditorium exactly as tradition dictates, to award you the degrees from Lund University and LTH. LTH, the place for dreams and discoveries. The place where we educate people, build knowledge for the future, and work hard to develop our society. It's not surprising that you once choose a study program here at the place for dreams and discoveries. And I know you're sitting here today, ready to use everything you have learned with a degree from your alma mater, Lund University. It has been a while since you arrived in the student city on your enrollment day, when you met your fellow students in the auditorium at the Student Union building or at Campus Helsingborg, and stood on the starting line for your degree program. On that day, you were perhaps tense with expectations and probably happy that your dream of a place on a study program at one of Sweden's best universities, indeed one of the world's top-ranked universities, had come true. And I can imagine that already at a time when you applied for your study program, you dreamt about what your future education would provide, and that you had a dream about you awaited for, and also a dream about potential for new discoveries. When you now sit here and look back at your time as a student and the years at LTH, I guess that some of your dreams most probably came true, even though I feel sure that much turned out differently and sometimes became so much more than you ever expected. Most of what you had ahead of you was, after all, new territory, unknown, somewhat exciting, and something that you could not predict. Now you're sitting here in the university auditorium, full of knowledge and with the new skills and abilities, which altogether are so much more than just the contents of the books you bought, borrowed, and read during your studies. You're sitting here enriched by discoveries you have made yourselves and the discoveries you have learned about, with new dreams for the future. I know that you have worked hard during your studies with great curiosity and creativity. I know that you have collaborated with others and also often helped one another when things were difficult. Regardless of which program you studied at LTH and which discoveries you made and what knowledge you acquired, I can guarantee that as a graduate, you will be needed in our society, which is continuously changing and developing, and which constantly offers new challenges and opportunities. Today, changes in our society are rapidly moving, And in several areas, humanity is facing major challenges and choices. It is therefore a great thing that you are trained to solve problems in collaboration with others, to generate new discoveries, solutions, and innovations. Today, you can call all dream back to your time as LTH students and about everything you did in your degree projects and courses at LTH. You have made discoveries that have prepared you to contribute to future needs for better buildings, better infrastructures of our society, better analytical methods for diseases, better conditions for human health and well-being, better digital solutions, and better materials for sustainable development. In short, better solutions for the benefit of the world and for a sustainable future. As an engineer, architect, or designer, together with other people, you will be involved in and contribute to exploring and creating for the benefit of the world, exactly as stated in the vision of LTH. I feel proud to award you your degrees today. To you, who with your abilities and skill can contribute new discoveries for a more sustainable world with better living conditions for many people. Your knowledge, collaborations, solutions, and innovations are truly needed. And in addition to everything you discovered about technology, design, and other things in your study programs, you have most probably also made discoveries in your free time as students at LTH, and not least, discoveries about yourselves as people. Imagine how much more you have learned besides what was said in the lecture halls or what you studied for your exams. I hope that you have made wonderful memories from activities and parties that you take with you, and experience of things that you can only happen in student life around LTH and Lund University. And I hope that you have made friends for life. It is perhaps for some of you, a great relief to have finally finished your degree program, to leave student life behind and to be ready to spread your wings. For some of you, it might feel sad to end your time as a student and leave student life. But probably for most of you, it is with mixed feelings that you now set off towards new dreams and towards new discoveries that will contribute to your own development and hopefully benefit society. Whether you are planning to stay in Skåne, in Sweden, or to set off new adventures to new faraway places elsewhere in the world, after your degree, I hope that your dreams for the future come true and that your knowledge and the joy of discovery will lead your way forward. For us here at LTH, and for you who now become an LTH alumni, the vision is always clear. Together we create and explore for the benefit of the world. Don't forget that you will be our ambassadors out in professional life and in the world. As alumni, you are important to us, and we would like to stay in touch with you, for example, through Lund University Alumni Network. I want to appeal to you to stand up proudly and share the knowledge and experience you have gained from LTH to generate benefit for the world and to contribute to the major societal challenges for a sustainable world. I sincerely hope that you will remember us and you will be glad to return as alumni in your new roles on the labor market, or perhaps even as employees of Lund University as doctoral students or other. I'm proud and grateful to stand here today with you, graduates, and your nearest and dearest. It does indeed feel different to the digital degree ceremonies of the past couple of years. We certainly have much to thank digitalization for. Lots of discoveries that have enabled us to teach and you to study when it was not possible to attend on campus. Discoveries that had enabled us to stay in touch with colleagues, families and friends when it was not possible to travel or even visit one another. In addition, digitalization enables those who cannot be here today to follow this degree ceremony remotely, which feels nice. But for me, it is an extra delight to get to meet you here today in the beautiful university auditorium and to know that we at Lund University are prepared for both digital and in real life. If this day is big for me, it is in all likelihood bigger for you, as you get to receive your diploma and look back on the time you spent as a student at the Faculty of Engineering. I also know that it is often a proud day for your parents and other loved ones. So now, some of you are probably sitting here dreaming that I will stop talking, and I want to take the opportunity to give you my warmest congratulations on your degree. To those of you who are on your way toward new dreams and discoveries, I just want to say, best of luck in the future.
Thank you very much, Annika. Now, as a proof of their achievements, the graduates will now be handed their diplomas. And we are going to start this diploma ceremony with the Master of Science in Engineering Physics, but I will read the degrees in their original languages. So, civilingenjörsexamen i teknisk fysik. Johan Boström. Anton Johansson. Matilda Larsson. Max Nyberg Karlsson. Fiffi Tran. Jakob Tyberg. Viktor Wallén. Björn Walter. Arvid Åkerblom. Civilingenjörsexamen i teknisk matematik, Leo Einarsson. Civilingenjörsexamen i teknisk nanovetenskap, Gustav Andersson. Kajsa Andreasson Dahlgren. Axel Sandberg. Isak Svenningsson. Leila Alibegovic. Tom Andersen. Edvin Andersson. Hannes Nilsson. Mattias Olsson. Joel Åhlund. Civilingenjörsexamen i medicin och teknik. Paulina Sager. Master of Science in Electronic Design. Pengshang Cheng. Now, we will listen to a speech by the Head of Educational Advocacy of our student union, Teknologkåren at LTH. Welcome, Ellen Shea Belcher.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate you very much on your new degree. You have reached a milestone in your life. It is an end, but it is also a start of something new. Your years of studies are finished, and hopefully you will look back at these years as full of fun and newfound knowledge, where you discovered new interest and gained friends for life. Ahead of you now lies a new beginning, an opportunity to build your life after whomever you've become. And with a degree from LTH in your hand, you have given yourself possibilities for many different lives and dreams to come true. This is your day, a day to celebrate success, but also to remember all the hours when you struggled with lab reports or papers, or let's be honest, retaking exams. Today you can finally rely on the knowledge that all those struggles and all your hard work actually paid off. I'm speaking to you as the Head of Educational Advocacy at the Student Union at LTH. I'm grateful to the pleasure of greeting you all here in the University Hall today. The past few years have been different and our society has been tested. It has also tested you as students. I am therefore happy to speak to you because you are the proof that readjustments we have had to make will not stop us from reaching our goals. The obstacles this year were different, and you have shown us that no matter what the hurdles are, hard work will make you leap over them. I think you deserve great recognition for the hard work you've done this year, and I have the utmost respect for it. You've probably taken part to a varying degree of our events and activities, but regardless the level of your involvement in Teknologkåren, it has been our responsibility to represent you during your time as students at LTH. During my time at the Student Union, I've gotten a great insight in the rich student life that Lund has to offer, both inside and outside of LTH. And all of you have been a part of creating this, which makes a degree from Lund University hold so much more than just the academic merit. I'm convinced that everything that you do with your life becomes useful. No matter if your road has been straightforward or long and winding, it has taught you something. Maybe you passed through some student association that took a bit more time than expected. Or did you perhaps get a little stuck in the maths course for a while? I'm convinced that was not a waste of time, because you've gained something from each of those detours on the road here. Maybe a group of friends that you wouldn't have met otherwise, or the epiphany that you need to put some more effort into your courses. That's what made you reach your goal in the end here today. Without those detours, you wouldn't be where you are, or the person that you are today. To be content with the person that you've become is, of course, not always easy. It is so close at hand to compare yourself with others. It's always another test result, another video, another app that tells us the success story of others, that at the same time also measures and displays ourselves. Today you have earned to truly focus on your own achievement and your own merits. You have succeeded in earning a degree from LTH, some of Sweden's most challenging and demanding degrees. That is something that you should be very proud of, and I hope to one day be standing where you are today. Once again, I would like to say a big congratulations, and I wish you all the very much best in the future. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Ellen. Now we will listen to a piece from 12 Stücke für Trompeten und Pauken by Anton Diabelli. Thank you again, orchestra, for the lovely music, and I hope the music carries through to those of you watching the live stream as well. We will now continue our ceremony with civilingenjörsexamen i maskinteknik. Maximilian Kalin. Emma Hallberg. Hampus Henåker. Annika Jönsson. Erik Kihlman. Lisa Klinghav. Gustav Nacke. Otto Rerslev. Civilingenjörsexamen i maskinteknik med teknisk design. Fabian Larhed. Henrietta Mattsson Hunjadi. Master of Science in Production and Materials Engineering. Saktivel Balayev. Shashank Banuprakash. Deepak Ram. Vishwajit Kolekar. Civilingenjörsexamen i väg- och vattenbyggnad. Shilan Haidar Abdullah. Thomas Forsberg. Anders Hägge. Louise Jonsson. Hanna Olsson. Douglas Santesson. And now we will hear the graduate speech held by Fifi Tran, who just got her degree in engineering physics. Welcome up.
I remember the first day at LTH when we got our names called up. In my mind, I was all nervous and quietly wondering, would they be able to pronounce my name correctly? Not with a P, but an F. Fifi. And there it was, my name, almost correctly pronounced. And that was when the journey started. And of course, the problems too. Some of us had not gotten the keys to our accommodation yet. All the essential expenses and literature that swallowed our CSN. The balance between studying and social life at the same time as you were too tempted to go to all the introduction activities. We were all lost in the beginning and had this huge mountain of problems. But you know what? Everything worked out and we solved all of them. Year after year, we kept up with the study periods of constant learning that came right after each other. And do you remember the best feeling when summer came and we finally could breathe out? Then, just like that, the 3 months of summer were over and we were back. Trying to remember how to hold a pen. LTH is a great place with plenty of opportunities to learn both technical and personal skills. Everyone is knowledgeable and doing their best to help us understand. But it is also tough. We have all had this course that all the students have warned about and stated to be the toughest one. You know, that course that defines our respective programs. For me, I have my amazing peers to thank who helped me through that time. And for all of us who are sitting here today, we were tougher and we solved that problem too. Now we had the flow and had gotten more comfortable being here at LTH, when another challenge was thrown at us. We had to abandon all the social activities and environment that gave us the energy to succeed in our studies, and slowly transition to a pure mess. Creating new everyday habits, staying motivated, handling the frustration that kept coming back, all at the same time as the pressure was still as high. Problem after problem after problem. But think about it. What is it that they usually say that we engineers are? That's right, problem solvers. Countless problems have been solved on paper and even more in our life. We are engineers and we love solving problems. During our time here at LTH, we have tackled every single one of them. So, straighten your back and take this moment to feel proud of yourself. Feel the pride when your name once again is being called up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fifi. Now we will continue with the third part of the diploma ceremony. And it's time for civilingenjörsexamen i lantmäteri. Vendela Björkman. Nermina Goletik. Matilda Holmberg. Frida Joelsson. Ylva Larsson Rosander. Marcus Rembring. Emma Sandin. Melissa Wong. Linnea Åsberg. Civilingenjörsexamen i riskhantering. Andreas Gustafsson. Master of Science in Disaster Risk Management and Climate Change Adaptation. Katarina Orsman. Jenny Åkesson. Arkitektexamen. Linnea Almgren. Master of Science in Architecture with specialization in spatial experiments. Isabella Robino. Master of Fine Arts in Industrial Design. Nathalie Banji. Civilingenjörsexamen i kemiteknik. Fredrik Forsberg. Civilingenjörsexamen i bioteknik. Helena Bjäreus. Maxine Gripberg. Anton Isad Kast Wellerfelt. Maja Wallin. Now we will hear the Prince Wilhelm fanfare by Julius Koslek. Now it is time for us to hand out the last diplomas. And we will start with civilingenjörsexamen i datateknik. Josefin Myllenberg. Seper Nosader. Henrik Olsson. Maximilian Schön. Hannes Åström. Filip Olsson, civilingenjörsexamen i informations- och kommunikationsteknik. Civilingenjörsexamen i ekosystemteknik, Filippa Bengtsson. Maja Lindblad. Nicolas Sandmark. Louise Söderberg. Adam Turesson. Master of Science in Water Resources Engineering, Bayan Taleb. Högskoleingenjörsexamen i byggteknik, Yara Aboud. Hadi Anwari. Ghulam Murtaza Begsad. Busra Duran. Naima Habibullah. Ruhula Hosayani. Nasser Mansour. Högskoleexamen med livsmedelsteknisk inriktning, Nils Hunyadi. Now, the Student Union will hand out Teknologkårens Pedagogical Award of 2020, since we couldn't last year. Here to present the award is again Ellen Shea Belcher.
Educators have been around for a long time. What students have in common over time is that skilled educators facilitate and support the essential learning process. They can help you understand something you're struggling with or give a deeper perspective. To celebrate these talented educators, Teknologkåren at LTH established a Pedagogical Award, which this year celebrates its 35th anniversary. The past 2 years' circumstances have not bypassed anyone. It made celebrating and presenting this remarkable recipient with his award impossible. That is why, in this thankful moment, we present Teknologkåren's Pedagogical Award for 2020 to Alexandros Soupasakis with the following motivation. Alexandros' teaching is characterized by outstanding enthusiasm and passion for the subject. He has a genuine interest in teaching, and his ability to convey mathematical concepts in an engaging and thought-provoking way makes the numerical analysis and one-dimensional analysis courses both fun and interesting for the students. He shows a great understanding and listens to the students' opinions and always makes sure that everyone understands the lectures. Funny anecdotes related to the lecture content help to capture the students' attention and create understanding. In conclusion, Alexandros has demonstrated great teaching skills and an ability to infuse and facilitate students' learning. Alexandros could unfortunately not be here today because he's teaching a class, but we would still like to give a big round of applause for him.
And now we will listen to another piece from 12 Stücke für Trompeten und Pauken by Anton Diabelli. Thank you once again to the orchestra. Now we will listen to a speech by our honorable guest, Sara Frederickson, entrepreneur and member of the LTH Faculty Board. Sara has been a CEO of Aquilon, a Swedish life science company, since 2017. Sara holds a PhD and Master of Science in Biotechnology from Lund University. Sara has also founded the biotechnology company Genovis AB, where she was CEO until 2015. Sara is also pro-inspector or supervisor of our student union Teknologkåren. Welcome up.
Thank you, Axel. And thank you for inviting me today and share this wonderful day full of joy and celebration. I feel honored. 29 years ago, I was standing in a pitch black darkness on an island in the middle of the Zambezi River. I had stopped short when I unpacked my sleeping pad from a canoe, and my heart was beating fast, like now, basically. I was standing a few meters from the water edge when I spotted a large elephant staring at me in surprise. I remember the heat and the fireflies that lit up the dark. We stood like that for a few long seconds. And then the elephant lurched away while I stood there thinking, never, ever let me forget this. I was in Zimbabwe to do my master thesis, my last exam before graduating as Master of Chemistry at the Faculty of Engineering at Lund University. A goal that I have longed to achieve, but I realized there and then at the riverbank that it was most probably the people I met, the challenges that I have faced, and the joys during my 4 years of education that was the most valuable to me. I left Harare a few months later, determined that I wanted to do more of everything I had learned. I got kind of a taste for science, and I wanted more knowledge. And I wanted to be able to do that kind of scientific work on my own. But I realized that I needed more tools and training to be able to perform such scientific research. in the wonderful land of molecular biology and biochemistry. Said and done, I persuaded my future supervisor to let me start as an intern at the Department of Applied Biochemistry at LTH. And then somehow I managed to get a position there so I could start my PhD studies. 5 years later, I stood frozen again. This time I was barefoot in the snow, wearing a suit with my slightly too small, brand new high heels in my hands. And I was smiling, although the cold made my feet numb. I had just defended my PhD thesis, and I was on my way to prepare for the party. I remember exhaling slowly, and I felt relieved, while a certain mixed feeling of anxiety and curiosity spread throughout my body. What can I do next? The map was completely white to me. I had no direction. And I knew that I, thanks to my education, had been given all the opportunities you could ever wish for. I had planned to travel out in the world and trying to reach out for a postdoc assignment. I wanted to pursue that scientific career. At the same time, I had taken on the most important task of my life. I had just become the mother of a little boy. And it was really not possible that time to put that little baby and my husband in the bag and just leave. So I had all those efforts I made been in vain. My heart sank a little when I could not really see where I was going next. So I applied for some jobs at random, but it was not until I took a temporary job that was really to read a whole pile of patent applications. And in those applications, nanoparticles of iron oxide was mentioned over and over again. And I started to feel curious again, and that was good. I wanted to create nanoparticles as tools in molecular biology, and I want to be able to label cells and follow them using different kind of medical imaging techniques. My heart beat faster again. I slept badly, and I just became more and more passionate about this idea that I had in my head. It's almost like a love affair. You can't let go, you can't eat, you can't sleep. Someone advised me at that time to start a company. You can become an entrepreneur and develop your nanoparticles in your own company. Don't go back to academia, he said. I had never thought of that, and I knew nothing about what it meant. But if it was a way to develop those nanoparticles and for me to start to feel passionate again, I wanted to give it a try. At this point, I knew quite a lot about genetic engineering, but nothing about entrepreneurship. I was a novice. If you put the word gene and novice together, it becomes Genovis, kind of. So I registered a company called Genovis together with a partner because I didn't have a lab and no equipment, but if I gave that partner 20% of the company, I can use their facilities and their equipment. I felt that was fair at the time. And there I was. I have started a company with just one idea on a piece of paper, with no funds to support it, no income, and it was kind of stupid, and the most naive thing I have ever done in my life. And at the same time, I can tell you it was the best decision I made in my whole career so far. I have experienced an unbelievable amount of joy and gratefulness, and I have learned so much, not only about science and technology, but about our society, laws, finance, and myself. So I've learned how difficult it can be to practice to become a leader when you're already the CEO of the company. How fun it is to hire a new colleague. how difficult it can be to finance an innovation or a development company, and how sad it is to be forced to dismiss a dear colleague when you're out of cash. I now know how it feels to actually cry from fatigue without giving up, though, while you work late at night to reach your deadlines. I know how exciting it is to send off your first invoice, to actually get paid for innovation that took so many years to develop. It feels great, I can tell you, to ring the bell at NASDAQ and watch while your company becomes a listed company. And the very same that I founded as a naive student, PhD student at the time. And I know how cool it is to start a subsidiary in the US. And believe me, it's very creative to work with new marketing campaigns. I had no idea, but it is. So I also know that you can travel around the world several times without seeing anything other than conference facilities, meeting rooms, and hotels. And I know all too well how much you can miss your family back home. But it was worth it. On the other hand, I have experienced how exciting it is to be able to meet all those expectations together with a wonderful team. I wouldn't have done anything without them. We have shared all efforts, and yes, basically everything in life. And they were, the first 10 employees in Genovis were all students, like you. It has been an incredible journey, and I actually get a little bit emotional every time I think about it and those early years in Genovis. Today, the company has employees in both Sweden and in the US and customers all over the world. The product range is growing, and it's going really, really well. The share is traded on the stock exchange, and the value has increased over time, so I hope the owners are happy. But I should perhaps mention that the nanoparticles was not the thing. It led us to a completely new business idea. We figured out how we could use enzymes to analyze and develop new biological drugs. It's a very long story, I won't bore you with that, but I want to pinpoint that my toolbox in biochemistry that I gotten from LTH gave me and my team the skills to make the most out of that idea, and we recognized the innovation when we saw it. We took advantage of that opportunity, and that was the key to success. So everything doesn't work out according to plan. I guess you know by now. But there is nothing wrong with that, and it is not necessarily a bad thing. So I'm so grateful for the unexpected turns in my career and what it has given me in return. Still, I choose to leave Genovis a few years ago. My passion and curiosity went kind of down day by day. And by then I've learned that that is not good for my drive. I'm driven by curiosity and passion. However, I still wanted to work entrepreneurially in the borderland between research and industry. So, today I stay here in front of you as the CEO of Akelion. This time, I'm involved in developing new drugs for chronic inflammation diseases. So you can hear, I'm just as naive as I was before. It is really, really difficult, but my curiosity and my bag of experience made me try, and I'm so grateful that I dared to start a new effort which have made it possible to work yet again with a great team, and I'm learning new things every day. Dear graduates, now you are here, and you are as ready as I was that day close to the Zambezi River. And I feel honored and proud to speak to you, and I envy you right now. You have shown that you can perform, and now you have your whole exciting journey ahead of you. So enjoy this moment. Celebrate properly. But perhaps not primarily what you already have managed, Celebrate that you get to embark on a new journey. You may not be fully trained. That is actually true, but you are ready. You can choose your workplace wherever you want in the world, and you have a nice, cool, and valuable toolbox with you in the bag. From the education here at LTH. It will be tough sometimes, but then remember that you have overcome challenges before, and you have been trained to deliver, not only on time, but with high quality and with a critical thinking mindset. If you ever hesitate, just return back here to us at LTH. We are here, and I think we will stay for a long time. There is much more to gain from knowledge, science, and inspiration whenever you need it in the future. Together we can actually make the world a better place. So please go out there and find your passion. I will see you in the future, I hope. Perhaps as colleagues or at an alumni event. I look forward to that moment. And from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the best and good luck wherever you are heading now. I also like to send out congratulations to your future colleagues, wherever they are, and to the Faculty of Engineering, LTH, for providing such a great platform and an education. Finally, congrats to your exam. Go out and celebrate.
Thank you, Sarah. This graduation ceremony is now coming to an end, and I would like to thank all of you for coming here, and I hope that this day will be something for you all to remember. All guests and graduates are now welcome to join us for some refreshments in the entrance hall. And finally, I and everyone else who has had a part in this ceremony would like to wish all of you graduates all luck in the future. Let's give them a big round of applause.